Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. For those of you who have no idea who I am or what I'm all about, I just wanted to take a quick second to introduce myself. My name is Victoria and I am 26 years old, and I consider myself a mental health advocate. About 2 years ago, I switched from using social media just for fun and entertainment to really utilizing all of my social media platforms, including this YouTube channel and my blog website, as a way to spread awareness about mental health issues. And my whole goal is to hopefully just have a small impact on breaking the negative stigma that surrounds mental health issues, and to just let at least one person out there know that they are not alone in this battle. So that's who I am and what I'm all about. Now, today's video, the topic is basically going to be me discussing social media itself and how that plays into your mental health in general. But before we get into the topic of this video, I did just want to show you guys my shirt really quick. I had shared a picture of a shirt on Facebook that said mental health matters, and I basically just said something like, oh my gosh, I need this shirt. And about 5 minutes or less after posting that, one of my friends messaged me and told me that the shirt was on its way to me. She had bought the shirt for me, and she actually went on the website, and she didn't pick out the one that says mental health matters, the one that I shared, but she picked out an even better one for me. My shirt, I'll show you guys in just a second, but it says, "Love me until I'm me again." And I'm speechless. I don't really have, a ton of people that just do random acts of kindness like that for me all the time. It's kind of rare, and it definitely surprised me, and it just completely made my whole year. And I'm not even exaggerating. I am just so beyond happy and thankful and blessed for my friend that just decided that she wanted to do something nice for me, and it means more to me than I can even put into words. But I'm gonna try and show you guys a little bit of what the shirt looks like. But it says, "Love me until I'm me again." And the reason I'm so in love with this shirt, and I think that she picked out the best shirt with the best saying possible for me, is because the last couple months I was in a really bad state mentally. I kind of had a depression and anxiety episode hit me that lasted for literally almost 3 months. And it's really difficult for me when those episodes start to last that long, because I just get drained and tired of fighting, and just tired of waking up every single time feeling the same depression and anxiety levels that I was feeling. The only thing that gets me through those episodes is telling myself that it is at any moment going to lighten up. It's going to ease up. And when those episodes hit, they could last from like a half a day to a couple days to a week or even months. And like I said, when it starts to get into that month-long period, I just get really exhausted, and I really feel like giving up sometimes, but I know that giving up is not an option. And every time when I start to feel better and start to feel like myself again, I just am really thankful that I didn't give up. So I'm in love with this shirt, and if anybody would like the information or where to find one exactly like this so you can get it for yourself or one of your friends, please feel free to comment on this video or send me a message. All of my social media links are up in my banner, and they are clickable links, so all you have to do is click on them and they will take you directly to my Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that. So let's get into the topic of this video. There are a lot of different feelings or emotions out there or opinions out there about social media and how it can affect a person. Um, and I really thought that this was just kind of an interesting topic to talk about because social media is so relevant these days. And I feel like every single person has a phone that is connected to Wi-Fi or has a laptop or computer at home. And I feel like so many people are connected to social media in one way or another for a huge part of the day. And of course, there's a lot of people out there that are very against social media, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. If social media is just not your thing and you feel like it affects your life or your mental health in a negative way and you just choose to not partake in social media, then more power to you. Everybody has their own limits when it comes to what is healthy and what's not healthy for them and their mental health. And if social media is not your thing, then that's totally okay. But I kind of wanted to talk about the pros and cons of social media today on this video and kind of give you guys just some things to think about. And if you are a person that is just totally against social media, maybe some of the pros that I point out today could maybe be things that you consider if you are against social media. I'm not trying to convince anybody that's against it to be involved in it, but I just think that just like everything else, there's pros and cons, and I thought it would be kind of interesting to discuss those today. So I wanted to start with the cons. I think it would be best to end the video with the pros of social media and kind of on a lighter and happier note. So let's get into the cons of social media use in mental health. I think one of the most obvious cons is obviously, I said that twice, but I think bullying and harassment online is a big issue. And it has all levels of severity. I mean, there's been news reports about kids who have committed suicide, and it was all because of online bullying and harassment. And then also too, there's a lot of celebrities that deal with that as well. They get a lot of hate on their social media platforms, and obviously anybody or any form of bullying or harassment is not okay. But when it comes to social media, it kind of is easier for the bully because they get to basically just hide behind a screen. They don't have to face that person and bully them or harass them. They get to use their keyboard and type some of the nastiest things, and most of the time they have no repercussions for it. It's really never been easier for a bully because now all they need is a screen and a keyboard. And I think that it's a really big problem. Luckily with social media, there is the block option. So if you are getting bullied or harassed, all you have to do is block that person and they are no longer able to see your profile, any of your content, and they're especially not able to comment or message you, which if you're being bullied or harassed, that's really helpful. You can just stop it in an instant. Another really big con when it comes to social media is FOMO, fear of missing out. I know I suffer from FOMO severely. And with social media, it makes it really difficult because, of course, when people have anything fun or interesting going on in their life, they're gonna post it to social media. If they're going out to a restaurant to eat, to a concert, to any big event, anything like that, you know, when that kind of stuff is happening in my life, my first instinct is to post it to social media. So everybody kind of does that, and it makes it hard for me when I'm sitting at home alone and I'm looking at all these amazingly cool, fun things that other people are doing and I'm not involved. It makes it especially hard if you have friends that maybe didn't invite you out, or you just kind of feel left out and you are seeing everything being posted to social media, it could give anybody FOMO, and that's definitely one of the cons of social media. Another big con is that there is a need to maintain a certain image when it comes to social media, especially with Instagram being basically like an online diary. Some people kind of create this fairy tale perfect life on social media, and they will only share like when they're looking their best, feeling their best. And some people really think that that's absolutely necessary. They think that they need to portray this perfect image of themselves. And that was kind of one of my biggest goals when I started sharing my mental health struggles, was to share the good, the bad, the ugly. If I was struggling or if I was just really down in a dark place, I wanted to make sure that I shared that also. I really didn't want to create this perfect vision of my life online. I wanted to share the good and the bad, and to show people that everybody struggles. Nobody is perfect all the time. And I think the more people that do that or make an effort to show the good and the bad, the more comfortable people will be about struggling or not being in a good mindset or the flaws of their lives. Not everybody's perfect, and that's just the truth. Another big con is that social media can definitely impact your sleep. Not only is it sometimes difficult to put the phone down at night, to stop scrolling, a lot of people suggest to power down your electronics at least an hour before you intend on going to sleep, because the blue light in your electronics, I don't want to sound like I really know what I'm talking about, because I kind of don't, but blue light, somehow when your eyes are focused on your blue light screens, it does affect the quality of sleep you get. So that's why people suggest to power down your electronics at least an hour before you intend on going to sleep, so that you give your system and your brain time to kind of quiet down and get ready to get a good night's rest. I'll admit I'm not very good at powering down my electronics an hour before I go to sleep. I usually kind of have my phone in my hand while I'm laying in bed getting ready to go to bed, and I just like to scroll and read and sometimes watch YouTube videos. It's kind of my way of settling down for the night, but I think it would be a lot healthier for me to get into the habit of just powering everything down an hour before I go to bed, especially because I have never gotten very good quality sleep, and I think if I did that, or if I tried to do that, it would probably help me get some better sleep at night. And the last con that I wanted to talk about is another obvious one, but it is addiction. A lot of people are addicted to their phones or to their electronics. And it kind of sounds funny for me to use the word addiction when it comes to social media, because when you think of addiction, you think of drugs, alcohol, something, substance abuse, something like that. But in all honesty, social media can be an addictive thing, especially nowadays with how relevant electronics are, how relevant social media is. I'm sure there are an outstanding amount of young people that truly do have an addiction to social media. And obviously, any addiction that a person has is not healthy. It's not going to be good for your mental health. So yeah, those are the cons that I could think of or come up with for the use of social media when it comes to mental health. But now let's go on to a lighter and happier note, and that is the pros of social media use in mental health. So the biggest pro that I wanted to talk about is connecting. I have always said that is my favorite thing about social media, and when people try to bash the use of social media and say that it's really not a good thing, my first reaction is to say that without social media, I could not be as connected with friends and loved ones and family members that live in a different area than I do. I have family members as far as North Carolina, which is all the way across the United States. And social media, Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat are just a great way to stay connected with those family members and those friends that are far away, and just see pictures and status updates and instant Snapchat videos, and just feel like I am right there with them, or like I am involved in their life. I'm seeing pictures and updates. And especially with FaceTime now on our electronics, FaceTime is just a wonderful way to feel like you are just hanging out with that person when in reality they're miles and miles away from you. Moving to Clear Lake this last year away from all of my friends and family has been especially difficult, but when I am in my room and I'm on a FaceTime call with Sarah or Michaela for like 3 hours and we're just hanging out in our room, it really feels like we're just chilling, all like we're right there with each other. And I think that's the biggest pro about social media. Another big pro is self-expression. You are in charge of what you share, how you share, what you say, and I use social media a lot for self-expression. Another big one I wanted to talk about was business opportunities. Social media is a great addition to the business world. Social media marketing is huge. For example, Kylie Jenner, billionaire, and all she does is share lip swatches and photos and videos of her products on Instagram. And she has one of the biggest followings, and like I said, she's a billionaire, and all of that came from social media marketing. Also, this past year, I got involved in a hair care company, and I have the opportunity now to work from home. And all of my work is done through social media. That's the way I reach people. That's the way I connect with people. That's how I do all of my advertising. It's how I do all of my sales, is all through my phone. So I think social media is a great addition to the business world in general. Even with in-person businesses, they will utilize social media as a great way to reach a lot of people. And then I did mention the whole connecting aspect of social media, but I just wanted to touch on the fact that social media is a great socialization tool for extreme introverts. And I've gotten a lot better, especially recently, about being able to socialize with new people or just people that I know, but I would consider myself an extreme introvert. I'm not the most outgoing person, and social media just kind of gives me an extra boost to being social. It's kind of my outlet to comment on people's things, spread love and positivity, and make connections with new people for the first time. It's a lot easier to start a conversation over social media than it is in real life, unfortunately for me. And the last pro that I wanted to touch on is that social media eases loneliness. This past year, after moving to a different part of California, I have been dealing with extreme loneliness. And this kind of also goes in hand with connecting as well, but FaceTime and Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook are just great tools to ease loneliness and feel like you're connected with people who are far away. And FaceTiming especially just helps me to feel like me and my friends are just hanging out in my room and chilling. And social media has definitely had a very positive impact on helping my loneliness. So those are kind of all the pros and cons that I have come up with when it comes to social media and mental health. And at the center of the topic of social media is always the same question: is it healthy for me? And I think it's not the same answer to this question for everybody. I think everybody is unique and they are their own person. And like I said, their limits to what is healthy and unhealthy for their mental health state is different for the next person. So if you are somebody that's very, very against social media, I hope some of my pros kind of gave you something to think about, some food for thought. And I personally think that the pros to social media heavily outweigh the cons. I honestly don't know where I'd be without my social media connection. So that kind of finishes up the topic of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been quite some time since I've put out a YouTube video and I really missed you guys, so I was really happy to wake up this morning and just feel like jumping on here and chatting with you guys. Please feel free to reach out to me, comment on this video, anything that you guys would like to see next from me. And thank you again for all the love and support. I have made so many beautiful connections and relationships through my connection with social media, and I am just so thankful for the pros that go along with social media. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!